How to stay non-attached when someone goes no contact with you from the group of people that you speak with that you're trying to build a relationship with, or some people that you are matching up with on Tinder or whatever dating app that you use. You're trying to build some type of relationship with somebody new, someone that you have physical attraction for, and you feel like it could be a match. They go no contact with you. They try to make you feel like they have the advantage. What should you do in this situation? Should you chase after them? Should you try to win them over? Those are empathic qualities that we used to have. When you start to change your energy, I say used to have, because when you become more aware of that pattern, of living like that and feeling like that every time people treat us like that you are no longer the pattern. You become the observer of it. And then when someone tries to treat you like that in those short convos on Tinder or whatever dating app you're using, Facebook, whatever that physical woman or man is communicating with you on and giving you low effort communication, it's no longer going to be what you identify with. That's going to be their stuff. When you build a stronger character from within, you connect with the greater good, you become equal to everyone. We are all equal beings. Everyone is physically attractive. It's just we have certain preferences in what we like in other people. And so do they. So let's not judge them if they don't want us. Instead of becoming the victim that got ghosted and we're not good enough to attract somebody who looks like that, they are doing you a favor. You become the strong person that is not in need of that person to live in elevated states, to be a beautiful human being with a great body. And physical attraction is not the end all be all. It's not the greatest thing. You have to have a good personality too. It has to be a good match on both things. I actually value someone being authentic and real more than having a great body. That comes second. If they're only physically attractive and they can't be themselves, they're just lying to you. How is that going to go long term? How is that going to go when you're trying to build a trusting relationship long term? They're probably going to end up cheating on you or just leaving the relationship because they were never really themselves in the beginning. And if you weren't giving them your true self on that first date, on getting to know them throughout the texting, throughout the meeting up, then they're going to start to realize who the real you is eventually when you become more comfortable. But when you change that mindset to being comfortable on the first date, let's say, oh, I don't like heavy metal music. I don't like guys who like heavy metal. Well, I like hard rock and heavy metal. That's part of who I am. Don't be afraid to tell them that. Or let's say it's someone that is vegan, or I couldn't be with someone who eats meat and you're out for supper. Don't order a vegetarian plate to impress them. I mean, we can be kind and compassionate to what their feelings are and what they like, their preferences. We're not trying to do this to hurt their feelings, but if you want a burger and fries, order that. If you want a steak and baked potato, and they're saying, that, well, that's a deal breaker, someone who likes meat, I don't want to date them. What are you going to do after that first date where you were being your fake self? Where you were putting on a facade for this person to get on the next date, to try to get to that means to an end, to get this person into my life? How's that going to go? Are you going to become vegetarian full time? Are you going to become vegan for the rest of your life? Then they end up finding out who the real you is. You repel them away from being the real you because you weren't that way on the first date. So when they find out who the real you is, they leave. Because who you really are is not who you were appearing to be in person with them. So have no fear. That's one of the biggest things in getting to know someone and trying to meet these people, trying to engage and build new relationships on these dating apps. Also, don't take it so seriously. Learn to have fun. Learn that someone not messaging back or wanting to engage or rejecting a date, it doesn't identify who you are. It should not make up your self-worth on this personal growth journey. We are here to elevate our vibes on the channel. We're also here to be aware that we are attractive human beings and that we will attract people into our life who are meant to be there. And we will project a certain energy that we are okay either way, whether this person comes in or not. And that if they want to be there, great, we'll take you on a great date. We will treat you with respect. But don't look for someone who's going to treat you poorly to try to keep you around. You can find that type of person, but that person who wants to date negative people who treat them poorly, and we say, oh, women only want bad guys that treat them poorly. There's something wrong with their lives. And what they're projecting is they want to attract narcissistic men to treat them poorly. And they're stuck in that spiral of living in autopilot. Watch one of my former videos. I'll link one here on living in autopilot and trying to get away from it by changing your energy. And when you project a similar story that you are only good enough to be in a relationship with this narcissistic man that's going to keep treating you poorly, that is what is going to get mirrored back to you. And the only way for you to find a man or set a boundary, like, you're probably not going to change this person. So if that behavior is not okay, you need to set boundaries with that man. Treating me like that, hitting me, or making me feel like everything is my fault when I don't feel okay in a relationship, that's not okay with me. I'm not going to fly for that. You're not going to put all of the blame on me anymore. And if it just keeps arguing like that, then that's a sign that that relationship is probably not for you. And there's somebody out there who will resonate with your energy. And the same goes for men. There are women that treat men poorly as well. And not just on dating apps and getting ghosted, but even just in person, in public. How people view other people and thinking, well, if they don't have this amount of money and don't have this amount of material things, they must not be anything. Everything is based on how much people have. It's not based on the person. So I would rather not, in the earlier parts of a relationship, share how much income you have coming in, what you have, the big boat, the pool beside the home, the big 2-story house with a garage next to it, being able to go on a vacation down south twice a year. That's not stuff you need to share with someone you're building a relationship with. You want them to be attracted to you as a person. So these are not qualities we want to be bragging about. Be abundant, be comfortable, be happy for what you have, because other people don't have that amount of abundance. They're still working on it. But when you tune into the abundance frequency, these material things don't create the happiness, like doing morning meditation and attracting these synchronicities in do. Those are much better elevated states, because material things, you get them, they take up space, and you end up getting bored of them, forget about them, and you move on to something you like better. But going back to relationships and getting ghosted, the best thing you can do is be non-attached. If you're someone who's using Tinder, POF, whatever the dating app is, or you just met them at the gym, you're talking on Snapchat, whatever the case may be, have fun. And if after one day they just stop talking to you or giving you low effort communication, that means They're not meant for you. Bye. Bye. I don't need you in my life. Because we're working on ourselves. We are learning the way that we feel, act, and think every day. We are taking our energy and we are rising it above that of someone with courage. And at first, we are having the courage to do our passion and purpose. Like you see me on the channel, like I've grown from the beginning. When you rewire the brain, like in this video, when I talk about rewiring the synaptic patterns, to that of somebody who thinks he's genetically going to get a disease, to that of someone who could be successful. Or like the piano concept, where somebody can mentally rehearse how to play piano and it'd be just as effective as someone who's physically doing the practice. I used to do that with drumming. You can do that with anything you are trying to become. I did that with being a fitness trainer. I took the training and now I train people. I do group classes. I did that with personal development. I felt I'm a self-help guy. I do a lot of social media. I'm building a business on YouTube now. I'm helping you guys for the sake of loving what I do with no attachment. It doesn't need to grow by a certain time. I don't need to be this huge successful guy who leaves driving the truck. It's not dependent on how fast my YouTube grows so I can leave that trucking job. This is something I'm doing because I'm in alignment with the full-time YouTuber. I do the other part, that's financial security, while I live my passion and purpose on the channel. And when it grows and when the time comes, I will receive the sign. You don't need to be on the highway anymore. You can work from home. There's an office job waiting for me. I've been with this company for 11 years. When I have the office job, I will have the same amount of financial security, but more home time to be able to dedicate to these channels, this personal development business I'm creating, the fitness training, the one-on-one training, online training. These are all things. Do you see the smile on my face when I speak about? These are my passions. But you listen to a lot of these YouTubers that say, oh, you got to quit what you're doing. You got to quit what you're doing to become successful. When I took the chance on myself, they say that now because they got 1.7 million subscribers on their channel. They're making money off the ads and the monetized YouTube. It's not realistic that you just start a channel and quit your job. That's not realistic. That's an attachment to, oh, I'm going to make money off the internet and I don't have to work in the real world to make money. And that's not what I speak of in a lot of my videos are about being spiritually connected, the journey to personal growth, finding what you want to do. I know I say leave the job in a lot of videos, but that is, if it's not in alignment with who you are, what you feel you're in alignment with, if you're practicing my connecting with your higher self meditation, I'm going to link it right there. If you're practicing that, what is your higher self telling you? And if you're getting messages on what to do, what's your passion that you used to do, what is it in the comments? I'd love to hear what it is. I'll share with you my experience doing a similar meditation. But if you made it this far in the video, you are definitely on the right track, and there's a reason the algorithm brought you to my channel today. It's that there is a way to a better life. And it's not making this huge leap. Like quantum leap and being connected to the quantum field exists, but you don't have to be this person that summons ghosts and spirituality to come in and save you. That means there's something wrong and that you need this job or this amount of money to come in so you can leave that job. It'd be the same as me saying, oh, I'm going to leave truck driving because full-time YouTube is going to take its place. And it's probably going to. But I'm doing it one step at a time in alignment with the full-time personal development teacher. I am a spiritual guide. I talk about being connected with spirits and God and letting the quantum flow in, letting the ideas flow in, like when I'm making these videos. It's a way of life. I do things I love. I do my drum channel. I do personal development channel. I do my personal training at the gym, and I also work on myself. And I spend time with my family, my wife and dog, who I love very much. It's not about the short-term success. It's about who are you in alignment with? What are you in alignment with? And did you do that meditation to connect with your higher self? He helps you figure out that path. And also, there's a reason you guys are already subscribed here, and there's a reason for the new followers that are watching this video. There's a reason you're here. You're on a similar journey to me. I am your equal. I help people. I have a lot of tools and a lot of knowledge in the field. But we're all equal. We're all on the same level here. And I love what I'm doing, and it translates on video. I'm so grateful every day for what I already have. It's not, I need to make $100,000 a year to leave the trucking job and do YouTube full time. If it happens, it will happen. I will get the signs the same way as the universe sent me the sign to say, take personal training, Dale. It's something you're meditating and changing your energy on. Take the friggin' course. What are you waiting for? And now I teach group classes, which is getting me used to teaching a group of people in a public setting. So if I become someone who does seminars and does this type of work and teaches people in person or online, where I could do a yoga class, because you guys know how much I love fitness, I could do yoga. And I could do some type of personal development, in-person meditation with people. Those are just the beginning processes. These are new ideas where my creative is starting to give to me, to get in alignment with. But the first step is becoming more comfortable doing these group classes with the women. I love training these women who love doing cardio and love doing circuit training. I'm not used to circuit training. That was part of me stepping into the unknown. I took a personal training program to train people one-on-one, but now I do circuit training, and I do group classes. And I'm completely myself when I'm with them. I'm not this fake person who is trying to win them over. And they respect me for that. I can feel that they respect me for that. And the more classes I do, the more they're getting to know me, and the more fun we have. Same as with this personal development YouTube. The more videos I make, the more comfortable I am. And it's not about, I have to share every detail of my life to get over. It says, I think of topics, I allow the ideas to flow in, and I make videos, and I get better at speaking over time. So I thank you for watching this one, and I will link at the end of the video. I highly recommend you watching it. And this is a video about letting go of the negative thought patterns.